Welcome back, viewers, to another Chambers Impressions production. I am honored to have this platform to share with you the importance of being aware of our emotions and how they affect our actions and those around us. This is what we will be discussing in this video for today. Emotions are an essential aspect of being human. They are our internal responses to external stimuli, and they serve as a communication tool for our needs, wants, and desires. Emotions can range from positive, such as happiness and joy, to negative, such as anger and sadness. It is essential to be aware of our emotions because they have a significant impact on our behavior and relationships. When we let our emotions control us, we can make poor decisions, damage relationships, and hinder personal growth. On the other hand, when we learn to manage our emotions effectively, it can lead to positive outcomes such as better communication, improved relationships, and increased self-awareness. In this video, I will be discussing the following main points. Understanding what emotions are and their purpose in our lives. Recognizing how emotions can influence our behavior and relationships. The importance of being aware of our emotions and managing them effectively. Strategies for managing emotions effectively, such as practicing mindfulness, taking responsibility for our emotions, showing compassion and empathy towards others, and effective communication. The role of parents in supporting their children's emotional well-being. By the end of this video, I hope you will have a better understanding of the importance of being aware of our emotions, how they affect our behavior and relationships, and practical strategies for managing them effectively. Let's dive in. Part 1. Understanding emotions. Emotions are complex and multifaceted experiences that are an inherent part of being human. They are defined as subjective feelings, such as happiness, sadness, fear, anger, love, and so on, that arise in response to external or internal stimuli. Emotions are not just feelings, but they are also associated with physiological changes in the body, such as changes in heart rate, breathing, and facial expressions. Emotions play a vital role in our lives and have a profound impact on our behavior, thoughts, and relationships. They are the driving force behind our decision-making process and our ability to connect and interact with others. Emotions help us navigate through the complexities of life by providing a framework for interpreting our experiences and helping us make sense of the world around us. One of the primary reasons emotions matter is that they influence our behavior. Our emotions can drive us to act in certain ways, which can have either positive or negative consequences. For instance, if we feel happy and content, we are likely to be more productive and engage in behaviors that lead to personal growth and fulfillment. In contrast, if we experience negative emotions like anger or sadness, we may engage in destructive behaviors that harm ourselves and those around us. Emotions also play a significant role in our relationships with others. They affect our ability to connect, empathize, and communicate effectively with others. For instance, if we are feeling anxious or stressed, we may be more irritable and short-tempered with our loved ones, causing strain in our relationships. On the other hand, when we experience positive emotions like joy or love, we tend to be more compassionate, understanding, and kind towards others, which strengthens our relationships. Personally, emotions have played a significant role in shaping my life and relationships. One of the most significant ways that emotions have impacted my life is through my struggles with anxiety. I have often found myself overwhelmed and paralyzed by my feelings of fear and worry, which has led to a lot of missed opportunities and hindered my personal growth. Over time, I have learned to recognize my anxious thoughts and manage my emotions more effectively, which has allowed me to overcome my fears and achieve my goals. In my relationships, emotions have played a central role in my ability to connect with others. I have realized that being in tune with my emotions and being able to express them honestly and openly with others has strengthened my relationships and helped me build deeper connections with others. Conversely, when I have allowed my emotions to control me and lash out at others in anger or frustration, it has damaged my relationships and caused unnecessary harm. In conclusion, emotions are a fundamental aspect of being human, and they have a profound impact on our behavior and relationships. Being aware of our emotions and understanding how they influence our actions and interactions with others is crucial for personal growth and healthy relationships. By learning to manage our emotions effectively, we can develop greater emotional intelligence, strengthen our relationships, and live a more fulfilling life. Part 2. Mindfulness and responsibility. Mindfulness is the practice of being present in the moment and fully engaged in the task at hand, without judgment or distraction. It involves paying attention to the present moment, our thoughts, feelings, and bodily sensations, without being consumed by them. Mindfulness can be a powerful tool in becoming more aware of our emotions because it allows us to observe and acknowledge them without being overwhelmed by them. When we practice mindfulness, we develop the ability to notice our emotions as they arise, rather than reacting to them automatically. This increased awareness gives us greater control over our thoughts and behavior, allowing us to respond in more productive and positive ways. Taking responsibility for our emotions is crucial because it empowers us to create positive change in our lives and relationships. When we take responsibility for our emotions, we acknowledge that we have control over our thoughts and behavior, and we are not at the mercy of external circumstances. It is important to recognize that our emotions are not caused by external events, but by our own perceptions and interpretations of those events. When we take responsibility for our emotions, we are able to challenge our negative thoughts and beliefs, and replace them with more positive and empowering ones. This can lead to greater self-awareness, personal growth, and improved relationships with others. The Bible has many verses that encourage mindfulness and taking responsibility for our emotions. One of the most well-known verses is Proverbs chapter 4 verse 23, which states, "Above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it." This verse reminds us that our thoughts and emotions are the source of our behavior, and we must be vigilant in guarding our hearts and minds against negativity and harmful influences. Another verse that encourages mindfulness and emotional responsibility is Philippians chapter 4 verse 8, which says, "Finally, brothers and sisters, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things." This verse reminds us to focus our thoughts and attention on positive, uplifting things, rather than dwelling on negativity and despair. There are several practical tips that can help us practice mindfulness and take responsibility for our emotions. Start each day with intention. Begin each day with a clear intention for how you want to feel and what you want to accomplish. Set aside time for meditation, prayer, or reflection to help focus your mind and center your emotions. Observe your thoughts. Throughout the day, take notice of your thoughts and emotions as they arise. Try not to judge or analyze them, but simply observe them with curiosity and interest. Practice deep breathing. When you feel overwhelmed or stressed, take a few moments to focus on your breath. Breathe deeply and slowly, inhaling through your nose and exhaling through your mouth. This can help calm your mind and reduce feelings of anxiety or tension. Challenge negative thoughts. When negative thoughts or emotions arise, challenge them with positive affirmations or self-talk. Reframe negative thoughts into positive ones, focusing on what you can control and what you are grateful for. Seek support. If you are struggling with difficult emotions, don't be afraid to reach out for help. Talk to a trusted friend, family member, or mental health professional who can offer guidance and support. In conclusion, mindfulness and taking responsibility for our emotions are key components of personal growth and healthy relationships. By practicing mindfulness, we can become more aware of our emotions and learn to respond in positive and productive ways. Part 3. Compassion and empathy. Compassion and empathy are essential qualities that we all need to cultivate in order to build healthy and fulfilling relationships. The ability to empathize with others and understand their feelings can bring about understanding, acceptance, and harmony. In this segment, we will discuss the importance of approaching others with compassion and empathy, the harmful effects of judgment and criticism, and provide examples of how to show compassion and empathy in daily life. Approaching others with compassion and empathy is crucial for building healthy relationships. Compassion is the ability to feel empathy for others and show concern for their well-being. It is an act of kindness that can help build trust and strengthen relationships. Empathy, on the other hand, is the ability to understand and share the feelings of others. It is an important quality that can help us connect with others on a deeper level and foster a sense of belonging. When we approach others with compassion and empathy, we create a safe space where they feel comfortable sharing their feelings and experiences. This can lead to greater understanding and acceptance, which can ultimately lead to more meaningful and fulfilling relationships. In contrast, judgment and criticism can have harmful effects on our relationships. When we judge others, we create a barrier that prevents us from truly connecting with them. It can make them feel defensive and cause them to withdraw from us. Criticism can also be damaging, as it can make others feel inadequate or attacked. It can damage their self-esteem and create resentment towards us. The Bible teaches us the importance of compassion and empathy. In Colossians chapter 3 verse 12, it says, "Therefore, as God's chosen people, holy and dearly loved, clothe yourselves with compassion, kindness, humility, gentleness and patience." This verse reminds us that we are all God's children and that we should treat each other with compassion and kindness. In Matthew chapter 7 verses 1 to 5, it warns against judging others, saying, "Do not judge, or you too will be judged. For in the same way you judge others, you will be judged, and with the measure you use, it will be measured to you." To show compassion and empathy in daily life, we need to cultivate the habit of active listening. This means fully engaging in conversations with others, giving them our full attention, and responding with empathy and understanding. We need to practice putting ourselves in their shoes and seeing things from their perspective. We also need to practice expressing our own emotions in a healthy and constructive way, so that others can understand and relate to us. Another way to show compassion and empathy is through acts of service. This can involve volunteering, donating to charities, or simply helping out a friend or neighbor in need. By taking the time to help others, we show that we care and that we are willing to put their needs above our own. Finally, we need to practice forgiveness. Forgiveness is an act of compassion that can help us heal relationships that have been damaged by judgment, criticism, or other negative emotions. When we forgive others, we release ourselves from the burden of anger and resentment, and create the possibility for greater understanding and acceptance. In conclusion, approaching others with compassion and empathy is crucial for building healthy and fulfilling relationships. By practicing active listening, expressing our emotions in a healthy way, engaging in acts of service, and practicing forgiveness, we can create a safe space where we can connect with others on a deeper level. By following the teachings of the Bible and cultivating these important qualities, we can live more meaningful and fulfilling lives. Part 4. Parenting and Emotional Well-Being. As a parent, one of the most important roles we have is supporting our children's emotional well-being. Children are complex beings with a wide range of emotions, and it is our job to help them navigate and manage these emotions in a healthy way. In this video, I will discuss the importance of emotional support for children, provide practical tips for creating a safe and supportive environment for children to share their feelings, and share Bible verses that encourage parents to guide their children in emotional well-being. First and foremost, it is important to recognize that emotional support is just as important as physical support. Emotions are an integral part of human experience, and they play a significant role in shaping our overall well-being. Therefore, it is crucial that we prioritize our children's emotional needs and provide them with the necessary tools to manage their emotions effectively. One practical tip for creating a safe and supportive environment for children to share their feelings is to establish open lines of communication. Encourage your child to express their emotions openly and without judgment. Create a safe space where your child feels comfortable sharing their feelings, and actively listen to what they have to say. Avoid dismissing their emotions or telling them how to feel, but instead validate their emotions and help them work through them in a healthy way. It is also important to model healthy emotional management for children. Children learn by observing, so it is crucial that parents demonstrate healthy emotional management themselves. This means practicing self-awareness, regulating our own emotions, and communicating our emotions effectively. When children see us modeling these behaviors, they are more likely to develop healthy emotional management skills themselves. In terms of biblical guidance, there are numerous verses that encourage parents to guide their children in emotional well-being. For example, in Ephesians chapter 6 verse 4, it says, "Fathers, do not exasperate your children. Instead, bring them up in the training and instruction of the Lord." This verse highlights the importance of guiding children in a way that is nurturing and supportive, rather than exasperating or dismissive. Another practical tip for supporting your child's emotional well-being is to be mindful of their individual needs. Every child is unique, with their own set of strengths, weaknesses, and emotional needs. Therefore, it is important to tailor your approach to emotional support to meet the specific needs of your child. This may involve seeking out professional counseling or therapy if your child is struggling with a specific emotional issue. Overall, supporting our children's emotional well-being is a crucial part of parenting. By establishing open lines of communication, modeling healthy emotional management, and being mindful of their individual needs, we can help our children develop the emotional skills they need to thrive in life. As parents, we have the opportunity to shape our children's emotional well-being in a profound way, and it is a responsibility that we should take seriously. Part 5. Effective communication. Effective communication is crucial in managing emotions and building healthy relationships. When we communicate effectively, we are able to express our thoughts and emotions in a way that is clear and respectful, and we are able to listen to others with empathy and understanding. This helps to prevent misunderstandings and conflict, and fosters connection and trust in our relationships. In this video, we will explore the importance of effective communication, and provide practical tips for improving our communication skills. One of the key aspects of effective communication is active listening. Active listening involves fully concentrating on what the other person is saying, and making an effort to understand their perspective. This means paying attention to their body language, tone of voice, and the emotions they are expressing. When we listen actively, we are able to respond in a way that shows we have heard and understood them, which helps to build trust and respect. Another important aspect of effective communication is using I statements instead of you statements. You statements can come across as accusatory or blaming, and can cause the other person to become defensive. On the other hand, I statements express our own thoughts and feelings, without placing blame on the other person. For example, instead of saying, "You always make me feel like I'm not good enough," we can say, "I feel insecure when I compare myself to others." It is also important to be aware of our own emotions when we are communicating with others. When we are feeling angry or upset, it can be easy to let our emotions control our words and actions, which can lead to hurtful or damaging communication. By taking a moment to calm ourselves and process our emotions before responding, we can communicate in a way that is more constructive and respectful. Biblical principles also emphasize the importance of effective communication. James chapter 1 verse 19 says, "My dear brothers and sisters, take note of this. Everyone should be quick to listen, slow to speak and slow to become angry." This verse reminds us to listen carefully to others and to be slow to anger, which can help us to communicate in a way that is compassionate and empathetic. In addition to active listening, using I statements, and being aware of our emotions, there are other practical tips for improving our communication skills. These include: practice mindfulness. By being present in the moment and fully focused on the conversation, we can avoid distractions and better understand the other person's perspective. Ask open-ended questions. Instead of asking questions that can be answered with a simple yes or no, ask questions that encourage the other person to share more about their thoughts and feelings. Validate the other person's feelings. Even if we don't agree with what the other person is saying, we can still acknowledge their emotions and show that we respect their perspective. Avoid interrupting. Interrupting can be seen as disrespectful and can prevent the other person from fully expressing themselves. By implementing these tips and practicing effective communication, we can build stronger, healthier relationships with those around us. In conclusion, effective communication is crucial in managing emotions and building healthy relationships. By practicing active listening, using I statements, being aware of our emotions, and implementing other practical tips, we can improve our communication skills and foster deeper connections with others. Biblical principles also emphasize the importance of effective communication, and remind us to approach others with compassion and empathy, to listen carefully, and to speak with care. By striving to communicate effectively in our daily lives, we can create a more peaceful, loving world. As we come to the end of this video, let's recap some of the main points we have discussed. Firstly, we explored what emotions are and why they matter. We talked about how emotions are a fundamental aspect of our humanity, and how they can influence our behavior and relationships. We also emphasized the importance of being aware of our emotions and how they affect us and those around us. Next, we discussed the role of mindfulness in becoming more aware of our emotions. We explained why taking responsibility for our emotions is crucial for personal growth and healthy relationships, and we shared some practical tips for practicing mindfulness and taking responsibility. We also provided some Bible verses that encourage mindfulness and taking responsibility for our emotions. Thirdly, we talked about the importance of approaching others with compassion and empathy. We explained how judgment and criticism can harm relationships, and we shared some Bible verses that encourage compassion and empathy. We also provided examples of how to show compassion and empathy in daily life. Fourthly, we discussed the important role that parents play in supporting their children's emotional well-being. We shared some practical tips for creating a safe and supportive environment for children to share their feelings and emphasized the importance of modeling healthy emotional management for children. We also shared some Bible verses that encourage parents to guide their children in emotional well-being. Finally, we talked about the importance of effective communication in managing emotions and building healthy relationships. We provided practical tips for improving communication skills, shared some Bible verses that emphasize the importance of listening and speaking with care, and gave examples of how to communicate effectively in daily life. As we conclude this video, I want to encourage you to practice mindfulness, take responsibility for your emotions, show compassion and empathy, and communicate effectively. These practices can transform your life and relationships, leading to greater understanding, connection, and joy. Remember that emotions are a powerful force in our lives, and being aware of them can help us make better decisions and lead more fulfilling lives. So, take the time to reflect on your emotions, be kind to yourself and others, and communicate with care and compassion. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you found it helpful and informative. Please subscribe to our channel and share this video with others who may benefit from this information. Let's continue to learn and grow together. On behalf of Chambers Impressions, we have enjoyed this immensely, and this certainly was a pleasure. Thanks for watching.